inaasahan, ang kabalikat ng bayan. Handog sa miyembro, serbisyo magkabago Express.
Thank you so much from Abigail, and I hope that I'm audible on your end. And I'll be sharing my presentation in a while.
Loud and clear ang voice mo, Sir Fortier.
Thank you so much.
Parang si Paolo Avellino.
Ano yan? Ano yan? Joke lang. Ayan, again, good morning po sa inyong lahat and welcome po sa ating second topic for this fifth episode of our webinar. And as mentioned, we'll be discussing about the online filing of maternity benefit. Now, yung iba dito siguro sa inyo no, might be thinking na itong webinar natin is only for those employed members. But pagdating kasi sa qualifications discussed by Ma'am Chris earlier, let me just emphasize this one. Same qualifying conditions lang din naman kasi both employed and individually paying members. No? The only difference is that pagdating sa pagkuha ng benefit, for employed members, it will be advanced by their employer. No? Ang individual member may file pero sarili or sila mismo magpa-file online. And we'll be teaching you if you've met the qualifying conditions as discussed earlier. Papakita naman natin later kung paano i-file yung maternity benefit para sa mga individual members. So again, lahat ng types of membership dito no, is sakop sa ating webinar na to. This does not only focus on our employed members. Pero yun nga, hinati-hati natin kasi may mga pagkakaiba naman ng konti, especially yun sa pagbibigay ng benefit. So yun, wag na natin patagalin pa. This will be the outline of my presentation. Unahin natin yung notification of course, no? Then, anong pagkakaiba employed and individual members, pag-submit ng reimbursement noong employers, submission ng adjustment, pwede rin mag-file ng adjustment na dun sa amount kung halimbawa kinulang. Yun sa parang MBRA, adjustment of MBRA or maternity benefit reimbursement application. We'll also be teaching you itong MBA, itong maternity benefit application. Ito po yung para sa mga individual members like self-employed, voluntary, non-working spouse, OFW, mga walang employers, no? So, dito natin malalaman how we'll be able to get or avail yung maternity benefit from SSS. We also have the submission of adjustment of MBA. Sige, unahin na natin, maternity notification. We have here, ayan. Pag nakapag-login na kayo, para muna to sa mga employers ha. Since mentioned kanina din sa notification na if you are employed, course through employer yung application or pag-submit ng notification ninyo. Employer then will notify SSS of your pregnancy as the female member. So mangyayari dito, employer will just access their online account and under inquiry, benefits, meron dyan yung submit maternity notification. Okay. Tapos kung mapapansin ninyo or it's been mentioned earlier as well na meron ng allocation of maternity leave credits right now, no? So for those of you wondering din paano natin ipapasa yung leave sa child's father, alternate caregiver, it will be done dito sa ating notification kasi if you can see kahit employed ka, inform your employer if you want to allocate 1 to maximum of 7 days no ng leave credits ninyo to child's father or alternate caregiver. Dito yung mangyayari lahat sa maternity notifications. You'll just have to encode as an employer naman your SS number, expected date of delivery, and ito yung option. Just have to tick if you want to allocate. Wait, I'll just use a pen. Ito. If you want to allocate, dito ilalagay kung ilang araw, di ba maximum 7 days, pwedeng isang araw, dalawa, tatlo. Kanina i-allocate, tapos take nyo lang yung option kung anong relationship. But if you don't want to avail yung, or you want to allocate yung leave credits ninyo, you want to avail the full maternity benefit, ito naman yung option. Okay? Yan. Now, the good thing about this para sa mga employers natin is this notification online has a feature of like parang batch yung pagsisend na ninyo, 'di ba? Kasi dati isa-isa talaga no, isa-isang send ng transaction, you will submit encode individually then submit it then encode ulit. Ito ngayon pwede na mag-add, pwedeng by batch yung pag-submit, then you will have just one transaction number. So let's say for example, you were able to encode details here. Ayan. Tapos pwede nyo i-add lalabas siya dito sa baba. And those that are added at the bottom, yung list, no, pwede pa yang i-edit. As long as hindi nyo pa sinasubmit yung notification, yung list, itong submit list, pwede pa itong i-edit. You can also actually delete yung na-encode kung namali, no? So, edit nyo lang to, tapos lalabas din dito yung edited na information, and then you just have to click on update. Tapos, confirm nyo lang to, and that's it. Merong lalabas dito, record successfully updated. Taas. Diba? So again, nasa baba pa lang, hindi nyo pa nasasubmit yung list ng mga employees na ino-notify ninyo for maternity. Tapos, ayan. Kung gusto nyo i-delete, naman na mali pala yung na-encode. Halimbawa, yung SS number na mali yung na-encode ninyo, diba? So, delete nyo na lang. Pwede naman. Then, delete. There. Tapos, meron din confirmation sa taas. Okay? Tapos, kung gusto nyo nang i-submit, ayan, i-click nyo naman tong submit list, then confirm, then you'll have your transaction number na. You'll also receive an email notif. Okay. Now, some of you might be asking again, baka yung mga late na nakapag-join na dito, no? How soon ba pwede makapag-file ng notification? As long as confirmed na kayo ay pregnant, pwede po kayo mag-file ng notification sa SSS. And how late? As long as hindi pa din naman nanganganak, pwede pa mag-submit ang notification. It's very important for our female members, kung employed man through employer, kung individual man, ma-notify si SSS directly na makapag-submit nitong maternity notification dahil requirement niya siya, no? And iwasan natin na kung sakali man di naman natin wini-wish, no, pero kung sakali magkaroon ng miscarriage, mas maganda na nakapag-notify tayo. Meron na tayong parang proof of pregnancy din. Kahit papaano, diba? Through maternity notification. Again, how early, as soon as confirmed yun na kayo ay pregnant, with supporting document like ultrasound report, confirmation from your OB, and how late, pwede naman as long as hindi pa nanganganak. Pag hindi nakapag-notify, diretso na po kayo sa reimbursement, MDRA na yan. Okay? Now, para naman sa mga individual members natin, this would include our self-employed, voluntary, non-working spouse, those that don't have employers, so sila mismo magna-notify ng maternity notification na nung notification nila to SSS. So magla-login lang din sa kanilang my.sss account, and hopefully, no, every participant or kaskwela natin ngayon meron ng my.sss account kasi lahat ng benefits actually can be filed online na. So that's very convenient na. For us, there's no need for us to visit the branch, diba? So we maximize this change and progress, no, para sa ating convenience. So para sa mga individual members again, self-employed, voluntary, or FW, pag nakapag-login na, other benefits, hover nyo lang yung mouse dyan, and then sa option, click lang po natin yung submit maternity notification. So same lang din yung lalabas dun sa parang employer na notification, no? You'll be asked about the expected date of delivery, definitely. Tapos, eto, if you want to allocate, kanino, ano yung name, tapos ano yung relationship. But again, if you want to avail of the full maternity benefit kasi, di ba? Ulitin ko lang, may catch kasi. If you are entitled initial 205 days and you would allocate yung 7 days to the child's father, it will be deducted or ibabawas yung 7 days doon sa 105 days mo kasi ang idea nito, literal na pinasa mo yung leave, di ba? Yung leave credits. So, ayun, again, if you want to avail of the full 105 days, you don't want to like pasa the leave doon sa child's father or alternate caregiver, pwede naman. If you want to, ilang araw, maximum 7 days, pwede. Just have to submit it and then all good. Okay, pag na-submit to ng mga individual members natin like voluntary, tapos na, all good na yun. Also, if you have downloaded na our mobile app, which is free to download, available in Google Play, App Store, Huawei App Gallery, free to download lang siya, pwede kayo makapag-notify din through SSS mobile app. So dito po sa floating na plus na icon, ito may arrow, just tap on that and then, Yan, lalabas dito yung option for you to select itong notification for maternity. But this one, again, para lang sa mga individual members. Now, pwede bang mag-notify kung employed para sabihin nyo, para sigurado kasi na makapag-notify, di ba? So, pwede bang ako na lang, even though I'm employed, pwede bang ako na lang din yung mag-notify? Meron naman akong my.ss account eh. Well, pag employed kasi, hindi siya pwede. It will be course through employer talaga. Most likely, mangyayari when you access your my.ss account and your coverage with us is employed, yung submission of maternity notification, it's grayed out. Diba? Naka-gray siya, hindi siya makiklik. So talaga, pag employed, course through employer tayo. Okay? I hope that you're following pa din. And kung medyo mabilis, sabihin nyo lang sa chat facility para ma-adjust naman natin yung pacing natin. But I think everything is good so far. Naka-follow pa naman yung mga ka-eskwela natin. Dun sa notification process pa lang natin yan ha. I guess, yes. Okay, sige. Then, we'll proceed na. Ito puro filing na lang to. Baka may magtanong pa ng mga theories or qualifying conditions. All of this is ano na to, parang online application. Now, we'll proceed to the submission of maternity benefit reimbursement application. Since this is reimbursement, ito po ay para sa mga employers natin. Okay? Now, na-mention din ulit kanina kay Ma'am Chris, no, with her very detailed discussion about the qualifying conditions for maternity benefit na pag-employed, kailangan, anong gagawin? I-advance yung maternity benefit sa mga employees. Diba? Ito yung difference ng individual member ka, voluntary ka to employed. Kasi pag employed, i-advance no, ni employer yung benefit. Pero pag individual, ikaw na mismo makakapag-file after giving birth or after nung contingency. Yung contingency, ito yung miscarriage, delivery, emergency termination of pregnancy, kasama ng stillbirth. So ito, reimbursement para sa mga employers. Now, kung ang employers natin is nakapag-advance na nung maternity benefit, they can now file for reimbursement. Pero syempre, kasama kasi dito sa requirement, most likely makakapag-file lang din sila yan after na bumalik no, yung empleyado kasi will be asking for the birth certificate. Yan. And please be mindful if you're going to file for not only actually for maternity benefit but also for sickness reimbursement, make sure na yung employer meron ng enrolled na disbursement account. Isa lang yon na disbursement approved disbursement account kasi pag ang nangyari dyan is hindi pa kayo nakapag-enroll ng disbursement account, yung option din dito to file for reimbursement is naka-grayed out din eh. Diba? So, hindi nyo din kayo makapag-file ng reimbursement. You have to enroll first, have it approved yung disbursement account, bago kayo makapag-file ng reimbursement for sickness and maternity benefit. Okay? So, yan. Yan. Submit MBRA or maternity benefit reimbursement application. Double check if you have to update your information. Wala pa kayong DAM. Siyempre, hindi nga ito makiklick. Click natin proceed. Input the SS number ng empleyado na pag-file natin for reimbursement. Okay? Walang dash or hyphen po yan na continuous strings of numbers lang. Puro numbers lang ilalagay natin dito. Then click search. Yan. Tapos lalagay dito. Yan. Okay. Details. Kailan yung date of delivery, miscarriage, ATP. Pangilang pregnancy na, kasama yung current. Now, sabihin natin na unlimited naman na, diba? Unlimited na yung filing, bakit pa kailangan ng number na to? Kasi kung matatandaan din natin, no, ang prescriptive period of filing kasi for maternity benefits 10 years. And syempre, meron pang mga magkiklaim ngayon ng prior implementation of expanded maternity leave law. Kanina nga nabanggit din sa atin ni Ma'am Chris na ang ating claim ng maternity benefit prior expanded maternity leave law, March 11, 2019, is first for lang. First for deliveries or miscarriages claimed or unclaimed. So, kaya nandito pa to siya. Then, click lang natin yung proceed. Okay? Now, andito na yung option if live childbirth ba. Okay? Yan, kung solo parent ba siya with allocated leave credits, kung ilan, kung nagkaroon ng miscarriage, stillbirth, or fetal death, no? Now, ito yung reality. Aminin man natin, no, or hindi, some still, mga employers natin are hesitant to advance their maternity, the maternity benefit of their employee, in the fear na baka after leave, kasi matagal to eh, that's 3.5 months. Kung solo parent, that's 4 months equivalent, no? Hindi na bumalik. So, hindi na sila makakuha ng birth certificate, diba? Para ganun, can they say file for reimbursement? Pag ganun. And in that case, advance nyo pa rin siya 100%. Kung hindi naman na siya bumalik, i-tick nyo lang yung option na to. Kasi pag naka-tick yung option na to, like, halimbawa ito, nag-AWOL siya, di na siya bumalik, di ba? Or deceased na yung member, kagaya ng option na to, hindi naman nakakailanganin yung certification or confirmation ng female employee na natanggap niya in advance. But you have to present proof, di ba? Kagaya nung na-mention din kanina, pinakita nung proof of advance payment, proof of notification, proof of yung submission of maternity notification, tapos certification, hindi na nga siya bumalik, di ba? But you just have to select this one kung hindi na nga siya bumalik. So don't be afraid now to like advance it 100%. Basta meron din kayong proof na nakapag-advance kayo, pwede niyo pa rin siya ma-advance 100%. Kasi compliance with cash advance is violation of SSS law, di ba? Yun naman yung iniwasan natin. Kung okay na, yan, proceed. Then you just have to upload here the documents. Proof of advance payment, then proof of child's birth. Of course, kung bumalik pa rin, kailangan pa rin natin yung child's birth, di ba? Birth certificate, PSA. Tapos po, ito take note. Ito yung sample ng birth certificate na upload natin. If you're going to upload documents here, make sure kagaya nito na captured end-to-end, no? Dulo to dulo. Kasi some would just capture hanggang dito. Yan. Diba? So, marireject talaga yan. It must be the full document and dapat readable pa rin siya. Let's say, for example, if you're going to capture itong birth certificate, make it a habit sa phone ninyo na i-zoom in and zoom out siya. Kasi may mga instances na parang at face value, kung parang titignan lang natin sa screen, parang nababasa. Pero pag zoom in na natin, hindi na readable yung mga letters doon. So that's why nare-reject din, at ang reason doon, hindi siya readable, diba? So make it a habit if we're going to capture itong mga images na in-upload natin, not only for this reimbursement, but proof ng enrollment ng DAEM. Zoom in, zoom out, tapos kailangan nababasa pa din. Okay? Yeah, pro tips. Yan. So hopefully you were able to upload successfully, no, and then you will be able to file for your reimbursement. So yan, upload file. Then, read the certification. Kung nag-agree naman tayo, syempre, I certify and submit. Okay, then you'll have your transaction number. Okay? And after po, ano na yung mangyayari? Pag tayo po ay, as an employer, nakapag-submit ng reimbursement ng MBRA, ipaprocess na ba agad yun ni SSS? Of course, hindi pa. Diba? Kasi it needs confirmation from the female employee kung talagang na-receive niya in advance. Okay? Kasi yung magiging filing date is kung kailan na-confirm or na-certify ng employee ninyo na talagang na-receive na yung advance pay. Hindi kung kailan kayo nag-submit ng MBRA. Kailangan ma-certify yun ng employee ninyo within 7 working days. Otherwise, mag-expire yung application. Pero pwede naman kayo mag-reapply. Kasi may mga magtatanong, paano kung hindi po namin na-submit or hindi po na-certify yung MBRA namin, hindi na-certify ng empleyado namin. So, what are we going to do? Diba? Can we still refile? Pwede naman, panibagong transaction na siya. Okay, so online lang din, refile na lang din siya. Okay, nabanggit na din naman to. Nina. Now, again, as mentioned din, hindi nakakailanganin ng certification from female employee kung separated na siya from employment, AWOL or deceased. Tapos yung maging filing date na ninyo kung kailan kayo naging nakapag-submit successfully ng MBRA ninyo. Okay? Claims that have been submitted but were not accepted based on S evaluation may be refiled as a new online transactions once the requirements are fully complied. But again, pag maternity naman, 10 years ang prescriptive period of filing. Same with reimbursement kasi the entire maternity claim, individual man yan or reimbursement for employer, 10 years po ang prescriptive period of filing. Okay? Then ulitin ko lang kanina, ang mga exempted, so online filing, denied, reconsidered for payment, and claim benefit of deceased member and claim reimbursement of inactive, terminated, or retired employer. Okay? Now, another option para dun sa mga employers natin is kung halimbawa nagkaroon ng erroneous computation. No? Pero sa erroneous computation, you can file for adjustment ng maternity benefit. Pero mangyayari lamang to, kung halimbawa, ito yung mga cases, no? Ang member pala is qualified for a solo parent. Pero una nating na-compute is 105 days lang. Pag solo parent kasi additional 15 days, diba? That's 120 days. So, qualified pala siya for solo parent. So, may difference pa din, diba? Yung 15 days paid, pwede pa niyang i-claim. File na lang natin for adjustment. Or yung computation ni SSS is mas mataas kumpara sa computation employer. Halimbawa, yung computation ni SSS, which is supposedly yun naman talaga yung entitled amount of benefit para sa female members. Sabihin natin 70,000, pero yung na-compute lang ng employee is 60,000. Nalito dun sa isang or dalawang monthly salary credit, no, na highest. So, yun, mas malaki yung sa computation ni SSS, may difference na 10,000. So, pwedeng i-file yun for adjustment. Additional posted contribution. Ay, wait lang. Dun sa pangalawa, what if, baliktad, mas mataas yung computation ni employer kumpara dun sa computation ni SSS? Ano yung mangyayari dun? Well, unfortunately, hindi na siya mapafile for adjustment. Kasi kung ano yung computation ni SSS, parang yun talaga yung entitlement lang ng female member. Ang mangyayari dun, parang internal, usapan on how makukuha ulit ni employer yung sobra dun sa amount na na-advance dun sa female member. Okay? Pero kung mas mataas yung computation ni SSS, pwede siyang i-file for adjustment. Then, additional posted contributions, correction of approved number of days, correction of type of claim, yung dati pa to, no? Allocated leave credits, hindi nagamit, nagpasa ka ng leave. Okay? Sa child's father pero hindi siya nagamit. Pwede yun for adjustment. So, yung gagawin, login lang. Under benefits, adjustment of maternity benefit reimbursement application. Click proceed. If you don't have to update your contact information as an employer, search the SS number here. Tapos, date of delivery, lagay dito, then click proceed. Okay. Now, ano ba yung reason kung bakit magpa-file tayo for adjustment? Okay? So, ito kasi sabi from normal to CS. Yung dati pa to, no, kasi magkaiba yung amount. Ngayon, pagdating sa amount for reimbursement, take note lang po okay? Pagdating sa amount of reimbursement, halimbawa, yun nga, female member is supposedly entitled for a 70,000 maternity benefit. Tapos, ang na-advance is 60,000. Ang ilalagay nyo dito for adjustment is yung difference na lang 10,000. Hindi yung buong 70,000. Yung difference lang ilalagay natin dito, amount for reimbursement. Dito sa adjustment And make sure also that before mag-file kayo ng adjustment for maternity benefit, na-advance nyo na din yung difference na to na yung 10,000 for example. Kasi you will also be asked to upload proof of advance payment. Kailangan i-advance pa rin yung difference dito. Okay? Kasi upload natin yung document and then you just have to click proceed. Yan. Kailangan may proof Ito yung sa hospital naman. Upload file. Read the certification and then click on click I certify and submit. Okay? So, transaction number. Kakaroon kayo. Ulitin ko lang. Pagdating po sa adjustment, ang pwede lang dito is may mga correction ng number of days. Halimbawa, ang na-compute sa kanya is 105 days, which entitled naman siya for solo parent, which is 120. Or kung hindi nagamit, example natin isa pa, hindi nagamit yung leave credits, yung allocated leave credits. Halimbawa, Female member nag-allocate, nag-submit ng notification. Tapos allocate niya sa child's father, which is employed. Ang nangyari ngayon, bago ma-serve yung allocated leave, okay, na-terminate ngayon yung child's father. Okay? So hindi nagamit yung 7 days. Bago pa man magamit, na-terminate na yung child's father, kaya pwedeng i-file ba, parang babawian kumbaga, ng female member. Kunin niya ulit yung 7 days kasi hindi naman nagamit. Now, what would be the proof? Hingi ng certification from employer nung child's father na hindi niya nagamit yung allocated leave due to, for example, termination. Okay? So, ganun. So, pwede for adjustment yun. But then again, sa adjustment, you have to advance the difference first. Kung different yung amount, yung difference, advance nyo muna, then file kayo for adjustment afterwards. Okay? I hope nakakasunod pa para yun sa mga employers natin, no? Reimbursement, basic reimbursement, and then yung adjustment naman for employers. So, ito naman na para sa mga individual members natin. Mga voluntary, self-employed, non-working spouse, OFW ng mga land-based, no? Kasi pag sea-based kasi seafarers natin, employed yun sila dahil sa maritime agency na nandito. Okay? So, apply for maternity benefit. So, of course, log in. Okay? Tapos, user ID and password. Sign in tayo. Tapos, under benefits, ito, apply for maternity benefit. Again, ito ulitin ko lang, pag individual members, kung kayo po ay employed, itong part na to, hanggang dito, pag employed naka-gray yan. Submit maternity, notif, mat benefit, adjustment for maternity, sick benefit, sickness benefit, adjustment of sickness. Naka-gray yan pag kayo po ay employed. Also, kung wala pa kayo nung disbursement account. So, pag individual member, make sure na kayo po ay meron ng approved disbursement account. Yan. So, apply for maternity benefits, same details lang. Kailan yung date of delivery. By the way, pag sa mga individual members, no, ito din yung difference pag employed. Makapag-file kayo nitong maternity benefit after giving birth. After nung contingency, after nung miscarriage, after nung emergency termination of pregnancy, after nung stillbirth. Unlike pag employed na ina-advance yun ng employer nila bago pa man yung delivery date. So, pag individual member, after yung maternity benefit. Pag employed, pwedeng before kasi nga i-advance ng employer. Okay? So, yan. Click proceed. Tapos, pili dito kung ano nangyari. Dun sa type of claim, miscarriage, tapos kung saan i-credit yung amount of benefit. Yung, once approved na. Click lang natin yung proceed. Tapos, ayan, proof of pregnancy. Ayan, proof of termination of pregnancy, mga proof, no? Tapos, ito yung mga documentary requirements. Paalala lang po, pag nag-upload tayo, maximum file size is 3 MB. Okay? Pwede kayong gumamit po ng mga mobile phone app sa pagkuha ng picture. May mga scanner yan na mas mahaba talaga. Yung iba, auto PDF na siya. Tas kilobyte lang yung file size, KB lang. So, hindi kayo nagkakaproblema. Yung iba kasi, pag-attach pa lang nung kanilang proof or even enrollment dun sa DAEM, talagang hindi naging successful dahil malaking files. Especially if matataas yung resolution ng mga cameras ng mga phones ninyo. So, better yet, install an app. Ako personally, not advertising, pero cam scanner, I'm using it. So, yun. Ano nyo lang. Gamitin nyo yun or other app, no? Tapos, yun yung i-upload niyo para mababala yung file size. So, kailangan, again, readable, zoom in, zoom out, and then upload niya. Then, certification. Okay, certify and submit. After that, you will receive your transaction number. Pag individual members, once naging successfully submitted siya online, there's no need for you to visit the branch. Diba? So, meron na kayong DAEM, you just have to wait. Antayin nyo na lang. Crediting, kapag wala namang problema, monitor nyo lang siguro 7 to 10 banking days. I-credit na yun dun sa inyong disbursement account. Okay? So again, hindi na kailangan talaga pumunta sa SS office. Now, there are also instances na pwedeng mag-file for adjustment yung ating mga individual members, mga voluntary. Okay? Ayan, so login lang din. Tapos, under benefits, apply for adjustment of maternity benefit. Will be asked if you need to update your contact information. If there's no need for such, click lang natin yung proceed. Tapos ito, ang pwede dito, halimbawa, qualified ka pala for solo parent, hindi mo napansin, hindi mo alam na may additional number of days, no, pag solo parent, basta merong valid solo parent ID. Okay? Yan. So, ang gagawin niya, pwede kayong mag-file for adjustment. Required fields, and then click the proceed button. Tapos, yung disbursement account, double check nyo na lang. Yan, disbursement account, and then yung reason. Meron na yung option dito, may drop-down option na dyan. Click nyo lang yung mouse dyan, tapos lalabas yung drop-down option, tapos pipili na kayo dyan kung ano yung reason kung bakit kayo magre-request for adjustment. Okay? Then, click proceed. Tapos halimbawa, ang pinili ninyo is qualified ka pala for solo parent na computation, which is 120. You were paid initially kasi ang napili mo dun sa una, live childbirth lang eh. Diba? Hindi mo pinili pa yung solo parent. So, ang gagawin natin, adjustment, piliin yung reason, solo parent. Then, you will be asked to upload your solo parent ID. Photo or an image or PDF of your solo parent ID. Okay? Tapos, read the certification as certify and submit, and then you'll have your transaction number. Okay? So, yun, again. Hopefully, nakasunod pa rin dun sa what do you call this, step by step. But don't worry pagdating naman sa step by step process natin. Just make sure to accomplish the evaluation form later for you to have a copy of the presentation para magamit nyo siyang guide if you're going to file for your maternity benefit, whether it be a reimbursement as an employer or an individual member, voluntary self-employed, or non-working spouse. So, pwedeng-pwede naman. Okay? So, yun yung steps natin. Again, hopefully, kahit pa paano will be familiar na doon sa pag-navigate ng online natin when it comes to filing for maternity benefit. Kasi that would be the end of my presentation. And, ayun, before, of course, di pa naman tayo matatapos kasi we'll be answering questions pa. But before that, let me just give back the virtual floor to our moderators for some reminders. Thank you.
Maraming salamat, Sir Forty, sa pagbabahagi ng impormasyon on the SSS maternity notification, reimbursement, and maternity benefit application. So before tayo dumako or rather sa ating Q&A, nais lang po namin ipaalam na ang disbursement account enrollment module ay already available sa ating SSS mobile app. So I hope mga ka-eskwela, let us download the SSS mobile app for us to access the newest DAEM feature. All right. So Sir Forty, are you okay na sa ating Q&A portion?
Okay naman po, Ma'am Janina.
Okay, sige. So, okay, so let us proceed na po sa ating first question, Sir Forty. Hello, ano po ba ang mga requirements? Updated na po ba ang ating SSS online regarding the requirements?
All right, thank you for this question. So, updated naman na yun yung nasa online natin ng mga requirements. Now, pagdating kasi sa mga klase ng it varies depending on the type of claim. But basic requirements natin, if it's for reimbursement, proof of advance payment, tapos syempre, ano ba, yung birth certificate nung bata, no? Pag doon. Same din pag individual member, birth certificate ang kailangan natin. If solo parent, valid solo parent ID from DSWD. And others, halimbawa kung hindi na bumalik from maternity leave, of course, yung mga proof of advance payment, certification, yung pinakita kanina ni Ma'am Chris na 4. So, it varies din kasi depende dun sa ifa-file natin na claim. Pero updated na yung sa online natin. Thank you.
So thank you for answering that question, Sir Forty. So another question now from Anonymous. Hindi nagpapakilala ating mga ka-eskwela. So, so as voluntary member, pwede po ba ako mag-on-site filing for my maternity benefit? 3 times na raw po kasi na-reject ang filing. Lagi daw failed sa selfie with proof na hindi daw mabasa ang details.
Okay. Thank you for this question. No? So, I think yung main issue pa for this type of question is hindi dun sa application ng maternity benefit, but with enrollment dun sa DAIM. No? But I'll address this one as well. Pagdating po doon sa maternity benefit, ang pwede lang po kasi yung pinakita natin kanina exempted doon sa application online are those, syempre, di ba, yung mga denied na claim for payment. Pero 'pag hindi kasi talagang strictly online yung application natin, and pagdating po dito, hopefully nakinig ka rin sa mga tips natin if we're going to upload yung mga proof, no, like selfie nga dito sa ano, or chest level photo doon sa ating enrollment sa DAEM. Make it readable, zoom in, zoom out niyo yung details para kahit bago niyo upload, alam niyo na it's readable. And once na maging successful yung DAEM ninyo, ano, file na kayo ng maternity benefit. Nonetheless, um, matagal naman yung application natin for maternity benefit. Pero gawin nyo na siya agad din. Yeah, thank you.
Ano ba yun? Ayun. So, thank you again, Sir Forty. And I hope si Anonymous na nagtanong nito ay nalinawan kung ano ba dapat ang kanyang gagawin. So, for our next question from Sir or Ma'am Krell, paano po mag-file si employer ng maternity notification if wala pong expected date of delivery sa ultrasound?
Now, hindi talaga makakapag-file ng maternity notification unless have to encode yung expected date of delivery, di ba? So, pwede naman itanong dun sa OB, di ba? Ang issue ng date certification kung kailan ang expected date of delivery. For sure, the female member will also know kung kailan expected date of delivery, pero kailangan nandun din siya sa proof. No. Pagdating naman sa expected date of delivery, since it is just an expected date of delivery, nagbabago pa rin naman dun sa actual delivery date, di ba? So, okay lang naman yun if it's not that too close dun sa iba yung expected date of delivery and, versus dun sa actual delivery date, no? But as much as possible, yun nga, dapat dun sa record, the proof of pregnancy natin nakalagay na din, or other document, kasi hindi makakapag-process ng notification hanggat walang i-encode expected date of delivery. So yun, kahit alamin lang kung kailan expected delivery encode, then hawakan lang muna yung proof of pregnancy. Yan. Thank you.
Okay, thank you po, Sir Forty. So, our next question naman po. Okay, from Miss Alisa. So, saan po ibibigay requirements para sa mga resigned employees na hindi pa nakikipag-coordinate for the MBRA?
Okay. Yung mga requirements naman for resigned or mga separated employees, no, i-upload lang din yun online din sa MBRA. Okay. Again, you just have to tick on yung option doon as separated na sila or AWOL. Tapos, the next step doon, you will upload yung mga proof na, like proof of advance payment, proof of pregnancy, yung mga ganun, yung mga documents na hindi nire-require yung birth certificate, yung certification, doon na din i-upload. So, online na lang din siya. Doon din siya gagawin online sa MBRA, but again, you have to take yung option na separated na sila. Thank you.
Okay, so thank you, Sir Forty, and I hope Miss Eliza is already enlightened dun sa kanyang question. So, next question po from Miss Marimel Llanto. Paano po if the employee did not notify the employer about the pregnancy niya, tas nakunan po?
Okay. Thank you, Ms. Marimel, for this question. Now, this is where it gets kind of complicated. That's why we really emphasize the importance ng notification. No? As soon as confirmed na pregnant kayo, notify agad kay SSS. Online lang naman or employer if employed kayo. Kasi pag ganito yung case, say for example, hindi nakapag-notify, tapos nagkaroon ng miscarriage and then hindi nagpunta sa hospital for, correct me if I'm wrong, the process yung DNC, di ba? Walang record, walang hospital record na nagkaroon ng miscarriage and wala din record na magpapatunay na siya ay naging pregnant, most likely mangyayari dito pag final yung maternity benefit, it will be denied, no? Kasi walang mapoprovide na proof of pregnancy. Not unless, yun nga, kung halimbawa, meron naman. Hindi lang nakapag-notify. Kasi hindi din aware, halimbawa, in good faith, hindi aware na pregnant, tapos nagkaroon ng miscarriage. Kung meron namang nagpa-hospital, nagpa-check, tapos meron confirmation from doctors, OB niya, na siya ay naging pregnant talaga, there will be a proof of pregnancy na mapoprovide. Pwede mag-file maternity, wala nang notification, diretso na benefit application for individual or reimbursement para sa mga employers. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Sir Forty. And Miss Marimel, I hope na clear naman po yung response ni Sir Forty sa question. So, down to our second to the last question, I believe. Ayan. So, hello. Kapag po nireject ni SSS yung MBRA submitted by the employer, and then yung remarks po ay pumunta sa SSS for further evaluation, si employee po ba mismo pupunta sa SSS or yung liaison officer ni company? So, this question is from Miss May Valimento.
Oh, thank you, May, for this question. Now, since MBRA yung final natin, no, reimbursement ng employer, pag ganito po yung yung notification, you are requested to visit the branch. No? Kung hindi naka-specify na please advise employee or member to visit the branch, baka kasi for evaluation. Kung wala naman po gano'n na specific na yung member or yung employee, pag ganito po, liaison officer na ang pwede makipag-coordinate dun sa inyong servicing branch. Ayan. Thank you.
Okay, thank you po, Sir Forty. So, I believe no, we are down to our last question. Yan. So from Anonymous, yung huli nating katanungan, Sir Forty, what if nag-lapse na yung 30 days upon filing, pwede pa ba mag-refile? And nag-early maternity filing kasi pero hindi pa siya nanganganak.
Ano kayang 30 days? Wait lang. What if nag-lapse yung 30 days upon filing? Pwede ba mag-refile, early? Wait lang. Correct me if I'm wrong. Yung 30 days na sinasabi dito, notification ba to? Tapos na-mix dun sa 30 days na advance payment. Ganito na lang. Pagdating sa notification, as long as hindi pa naman nanganganak, pwede kayo mag-file ng maternity notification. Okay, of course, employer if employed, online or mobile app pag individual member. Tapos yung 30 days kasi ito, upon filing, baka ito yung naabutan kayo ng online. No? Ito yung kailangan ma-advance within 30 days upon filing ng maternity leave application sa mismong employer. Baka nalito doon. No? So, hindi naman na kasi i-refile. Yung reimbursement naman kasi is after giving birth pa. Diba? So, kung hindi ang 30 days na sinasabi nito is yung actual leave ng female member sa company. Halimbawa, nag-file na ako, boss, magli-leave na ako dahil manganak na ako, malapit na. Within that days, 30 days, kailangan mabigay na yung advance payment, di ba? Yung maternity benefit plus salary differential. Pero kung ang tinutukoy dito is notification, as long as hindi pa nanganganak, pwede pa mag-file. Diba? Or kung reimbursement man yung tinutukoy dito, after giving birth naman pa yung filing. Yeah. Okay? I hope na na-clarify kasi medyo nito din ako sa question pero binanggit na natin lahat. Hopefully, nasaktuhan natin or natamaan natin kahit isa yung dun sa mini-mini ng question ni Anonymous natin kay Skwela. So, thank you po, Ma'am Janina.
Yan. So, salamat po muli, Sir Forty, sa pagsagot ng mga katanungan ng ating mga kaeskwela.
Maasahan ang kabalikat ng bayan, handog sa miyembro, serbisyo, backup bago.